Being on a conference call can feel stressful, uncomfortable, or a complete waste of time. Contrary to all the images from platform providers, we actually find it really hard to stay engaged and present, let alone know how to use the tools and buttons on the screen. In this 3-part video, Make Conference Calls Brilliant, I'll be sharing with you the 4 roles, 4 tools and 4 techniques that you need to establish as proper protocol for running conference calls so that people want to be on and will hate missing it. Let's start with roles. So the ones we're most familiar with are the organiser and the presenter, and we know that we can hand over presentation rights and controls to people on the call. We also might have a facilitator for working sessions or workshops. So let's say you've got 10 people on a call. You know you've got at least 20% invested in how the call goes, the organiser and the presenter. But do you really know how interested or engaged everyone else is? Here are 4 additional roles you need to assign to manage the 80% with iffy engagement. Make someone the scribe. The best person for this would be the organiser because of their full access to call functionality. You're capturing key points agreed on and everyone can see in writing what that is real time. It keeps the conversation moving forward. Make or ask someone to be the agenda keeper. This person has the right to say, I feel we might be going off topic here. Can I check? Is this relevant to our task? Make or ask someone to be the timekeeper. If you've got a lot to get through, it's important that everyone sticks to their allotted time. This person can remind presenters, Sophia, you've got 5 minutes or 2 minutes. If a discussion is getting deep between a couple of people, you can also say, folks, this is a great discussion, but I'm wondering if you can continue it at another time. What do you think? The agenda keeper and the timekeeper can be the same person, and they make sure that we're not subjected to discussions that are better had at another time among specific people. And finally, make someone the mood chief. This person is focused on other people and discreetly checks in on them and encourages participation or helps troubleshoot some technical issues. Via the chat screen to the full group, she might prompt people for questions. What questions or concerns do people have? She might type in the names and titles being mentioned by the presenter or links to documents being referenced. Via the chat screen on a private channel or another chat channel, he might notice someone who hasn't spoken for a while. Hey, are you listening to this? Do you have a question on it? You've got experience of this, Kirk. Would you mind sharing it? As mood chief, you can interrupt the presenter and say, excuse me, presenter, we've got some questions on the chat channel. The great thing is you can have many mood chiefs, and if you've got groups in different locations, assign a mood chief to each location. A final note, the mood chiefs should only be mood chiefs and not take on any other task. They already have a lot to keep their eye on. So as the organiser or presenter, having extra pairs of eyes and ears takes the pressure off you having to deliver material and scan the mood. It also spreads the accountability for making the call a good one. It keeps people involved and stops us wondering and getting sidetracked. If you establish the protocol and get into the habit of assigning roles at the start of each conference call, it will soon become second nature, and it's also a good way to warm people up. In your setting, what adjustments do you think would be good to make to improve the experience on your conference calls? Check out the next video to learn about the best 4 tools for getting more engagement on conference calls.